Hey guys, what's up? Sports Autograph Man here, with something a little bit off topic from the normal autographs and TTM mail days. This may be a long video, so sit tight. But as you see here, I have the book Patriot Reign by Michael Hawley, published back in 2003. It details the first two Super Bowls and how the Patriots got there. It's a really good book. But anyway, the subject of this video will be football, specifically the Madden NFL series on the gaming consoles that you all have come to know and love. First off, I would like some improvements for Madden 13, and at first I will say some things that I liked about the older games, and then I will tell you which ones should be put in Madden 13. Okay, so my first Madden game I ever had was Madden 05. Uh, it had Ray Lewis on the cover, and I really liked it because, like I said, it was my first Madden game for the GameCube, and it had a lot of great features. In Madden 05, don't forget that they had the franchise mode, which was really cool. They had the Tony Kornheiser radio shows where players would call in and you could listen about what was going on in the game at that time around the NFL. They had I was just watching some videos tonight, so that's how I can think of all this off the top of my head. They had you could edit your own stadium where you could set the prices for concessions. You could put prices on, like, if you want to take the luxury box a little more expensive, if you wanted to make the lower seats a little less expensive, you could do that. You had a team newspaper where if you opened up the newspaper, it would talk about your team and what needs you needed to address in the off season. You had um, a cell phone type thing where you could check your messages about everything that was going on with your team, and that's really cool. And that's something that they need to bring back in Madden 13. In Madden 06, we were introduced to Superstar mode. Madden 06 had Donovan McNabb on the cover, and I really liked the 06 Superstar mode because, for one thing, you started out from scratch. You created your player, and you had to work and build him up in order to become a superstar. And today's Madden games, like 11, 12, and soon to be 13, you can just set attribute points to whatever you want. So if you want to have 100 speed, you could do it like that. And it's not even really a challenge, right? And I like the challenge of the games. That's one of the main reasons why I played the Superstar mode, to get better and stuff like that. And with the newer generation games, you just assign points and off you go. Whereas in 06, you had to work at it, you had to get noticed, and it was a lot tougher. And in 06, they had a bunch of things that I really liked. They had select an agent, where you could basically select an agent based on your skill level. At first, you were given basic agent choices, but as you became more popular in the National Football League, you were given some of the more exclusive agents. Now, they don't even give you the option to select an agent anymore, and I was really disappointed by that because I always liked getting an agent because you would gain access to the Performance Institute, and granted, once you got there, it wasn't much, but it was a nice little perk to getting an agent who had access to the Performance Institute. Um, you also had interviews before draft day, where you were interviewed by Rich Einstein of the NFL Network. I thought that was really cool because it could affect your draft stock and why and why you should be drafted higher. He would ask you questions that would affect your draft status. You took an IQ test during the NFL draft. pre-week, so you can you could have done that, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. You got messages from Terrell Davis about updates and things like that. Like if you said something negative in the press, you'd get a message from him the next day saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do that because it will affect your reputation," and blah 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 blah. So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed that. Um, in '07, we were introduced with the Hall of Fame mode, which was basically the same thing as '06 and '07, but it was still a nice game mode because now you had the opportunity, not that you didn't have before, but now you had now the option to get into the Hall of Fame was more attainable. That's what I want to say, and I thought that was really interesting. '08 is when things started to get downhill. From '05 to '07, I had the GameCube, and once I hit the next generation console, I didn't like it at all. Madden '08 was terrible in my opinion. The graphics weren't that good. The Superstar mode was, you could see it starting to fade a little bit. You still had the combine and select an agent and things like that, but it wasn't as in depth as some of the other games previously were. Then you had the granddaddy of them all, Madden '09. The presentation was unbelievable, I thought. It's probably the best to date. Um, you you could edit your superstar, which is really cool. You could edit his attributes, go through all the pro days and things like that. No interviews or anything like that, but that was still pretty cool. Then 10, 11, and 12 were basically a whitewash in terms of the superstar mode. You had no agents, or you still have no agents. You don't have interviews with Rich Einstein. You don't have messages from Terrell Davis, a radio show from Tony Kornheiser. You don't have a newspaper. You don't have um, messages to your phone like you did in Madden '05. You know, they just took that all away, and I really miss that about some Madden games because that was half the fun. Now you just play games, you can increase your attributes however you like, whenever you like, and make it really easy to be successful. And like I said, I like the challenge in my games. So I'm just really disappointed with the direction that Madden is taking Superstar Mode, and I hope they fix it in this year's 13. So EA, if you're watching this, get to work. I'd love to hear your responses, so please leave a comment down below, and I can't wait to read them. Thanks. Go Eagles and Patriots.